It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Bijan Robinson. He's been guided by his field vision all season and has seen his way to 5th in the league in rushing. It's the Falcons and the Saints on Thursday night.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And so good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. You know, partner, sometimes teams get off to slow starts, and that's the case for these teams we're going to see here. Both under 500, not critical yet, but you can't wait too long to try to get this thing turned around.
And I know it sounds crazy, Mike, but here we are, and it's only October. There's a long way to go. But this feels like a really important game, and I think that was the sense that both coaches told us all week when we had a chance to meet with them. They said, we're not trying to panic. We're not trying to put the...
The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go here on a Thursday night. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. On first down, they'll start out with Kamara. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Now whistles here, and a penalty. Looks like somebody moved early up front. Looking to throw, Rattler. That one to the veteran Hooper.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Open man is Shaheed. That's complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Defense. Still second down.
Rattler now back to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Here's Rattler. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
So on 4th down, they'll turn to Lou Hedley here to punt. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Falcons set to take over here on offense, and they are led by their veteran. It's Kirk Cousins.
And he's coming off a game where he's pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the 1 interception. I think today, get him off to a good start. Get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you, and find some easy layups to get this quarterback going. I think last week they weren't able to do it, and if they don't find early success today, I have a feeling the result might not be all that different.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Mims. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. Throwing is Rattler. Open man, the tight end, Hooper. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now Rattler gonna throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. One of the tight ends motions right. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. Here's 1st and 10. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 22-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. He's got his man. That's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it. And that is a big takeaway here by this defense. To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
To throw, it's Rattler. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rattler. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Hooper, the tight end, is in motion. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from the April draft. Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. A give up the middle with Kamara. And he's going the wrong way, dropped back at the 7.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The Falcons offense ready to see what they can do. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing now, Cousins. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Cousins. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Atlanta.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the 1st down.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins gonna throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now, Cousins. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman. 11 yards on the pass there. It's good for a Falcon 1st down. Throwing is Cousins. Complete. Former 1st-round pick Drake London with the catch. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Cousins to throw. This one complete to Washington. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. They'll run it for the 1st time with Bijan Robinson. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Here's Cousins throwing from the pistol. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
A 41-yard attempt.
Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons go out to a 10-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
A good return as he takes it across the 30. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Hooper, the tight end, is in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Falcons with the early lead. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the 1st down.
The 42-yard line. 2 yards on the play. 1st down, Saints.
They'll go again here with Kamara. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Holding offense.
Looking to throw, Rattler. Quick throw here is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
3 yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down. 3
They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. Forget about it. They're going to lose more yardage there. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Here's Lou Hedley now, as he is on to punt for New Orleans. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Falcons offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance.
And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. And that is touchdown number 1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the 1st round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Here's Rattler. Downfield, that's Perry. He's got it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Throwing is Rattler. Shaheed with the catch. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Shaheed in motion. They run on the jet sweep, and he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. Rattler now back to throw. That one to the veteran Hooper. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Now Rattler gonna throw. Pass is caught by Olave. Well, they'll get the penalty yardage back here. Pickup of 10, and it will be 2nd and 10. Back to throw. The second down throw is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Hooper, the tight end, is in motion. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. But I don't think he knows yet that this one is coming back. So a costly penalty here. It wipes away the touchdown. He'll drop to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Throwing right, it's taken in. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here comes 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Rattler. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Throwing now is Rattler. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Falcons offense ready to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He'll dodge one would-be tackler and wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They send the tight end in motion. Cousins now on 2nd down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That one is caught by Mooney. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They're going to motion the tight end over here. 2nd down, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
3 yards to go.
Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Back deep for the Saints, it's Rashid Shaheed. That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense and Spencer Rattler set to take over once more. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the give, this is Kamara. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Throwing now from the gun. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Saints.
He'll look to throw. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Coverage by J.D. Bertrand.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So often, the only way to combat the perfect blitz call is to beat the blitz with the ball. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. He's able to find his open man and get the ball out of his hand because he holds on to that ball for 1 count longer. It most likely was going to result in a sack.
Shaheed in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. He's got his man. It's Mooney.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their 1st. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this 1st half. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Cousins. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the 1st half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack. Here's Rattler. They'll look to set up the screen here. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Throwing is Rattler. Open man, the tight end, Hooper. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. On comes the punter now, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Now, Cousins. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Now the Falcons will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this 2nd quarter. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he is on to punt for Atlanta. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday Nighter to start the new NFL week. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. As far as the early games go on Sunday, we'll have our eye on Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, a big one for the Chiefs, as they'll square off against the visiting Houston Texans. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well, one being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And one more to highlight, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. It was a strong first half for the veteran quarterback, Kirk Cousins. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. There's Kirk Cousins. He and the Falcons set for their next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. but rather we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
The Saints offense and their running back set to go once more. And really, he has not produced a whole lot of highlights as we thought about coming in that he could be a featured back in this one. Instead, no running lanes, no room to operate, stuck in nowhere to go. He is taken down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket, nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Here comes Blake Groupie for this field goal try. This will be from 47 yards. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Saints are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense and Kirk Cousins heading back on the field. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. On 1st down, Cousins. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They go play action with Cousins. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Cousins to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Looking to throw, Rattler. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield.
Now a loose football. It's scooped up by the Falcons.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
After that fumble recovery, a big opportunity here. 1st and goal. Throwing now, Cousins. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Cousins out of the gun on 3rd down. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Atlanta. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. And not just any touchdown, but, Greg, that is the 1st touchdown reception of his NFL career.
And, Mike, doesn't it just seem like over the last couple years, these class of rookie receivers, they make such an immediate impact, and maybe at some other positions there's some growing pains and maybe a little bit of slower development. There's something about this wide receiver position. They're young, they're talented, and they've made their presence felt.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. Now Rattler gonna throw. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Rattler now back to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front, and 3rd down just became a lot tougher. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rattler. He's got his man. That's Olave. 17 yards on that connection. It's good for a Saints 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. To throw, it's Rattler. Pass is caught by Olave. That will make third down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. Back to throw. He locates his receiver. That's Perry. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
A gain of 12. First down, New Orleans.
A give running right with Kamara. And he'll take this to about the 38-yard line. Tackle made by Nate Landman. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. That one to the veteran Hooper. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. He'll drop to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Here's Rattler. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Throwing is Rattler. Quick throw, taken in. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
He keeps it himself.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Still third down.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Saints will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
2nd and 7.
49-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Cousins. That one is caught by Mooney. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. So we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. They'll spread the formation here. Let's see what the call is on 3rd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete. He's got it to London. They get 15 on that game. First down, Atlanta.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. On the give, it's Robinson.
Bijan Robinson, ball carrier. Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. And this will be from 42 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Now Kamara. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll set up to throw. Open man, the tight end Hooper. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Here's a screen coming for Kamara. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass. Here's a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Rattler. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here comes Blake Groupie for this field goal try. This will be a 48-yard attempt. Groupie's kick is good. And the Saints are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
On the return, it's Robinson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled on the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
33-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing now, Cousins. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. They'll look to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Rattler gonna throw. And that is incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it's gonna lead to 4th down. The Saints lining up in punt formation, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The home team's offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And they look to finish it off here in the 4th. This might just wash away what was a subpar performance a week ago. They bring their tight end right. A 1st down throw for Cousins. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the Saints' 41-yard line.
Cousins. There's that man again. Another catch. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. makes it 3rd and 4.
Cousins out of the gun on 3rd down. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. And here's Bijan. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw is Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This will be a 41-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Falcons will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Mims. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Saints offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Rattler now back to throw. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
One of the biggest differentiators for a lot of these defenders, Mike, is a lot of them can stay in tight coverage. But where the special guys separate themselves is what do they do once the ball is in the air? They almost turn into offensive players with their ability to track it, and this is a great example here why.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? To throw, it's Rattler. And that is incomplete.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And let's see if they can take advantage of it. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Cousins gonna throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
I can appreciate the idea of keeping the play alive, right? Giving as much time as possible to your targets to uncover downfield. But you also have to play to your strengths. You got to know the type of player that you are. In this case, doesn't have quite enough speed to get away and probably should have just thrown it away.
So now this team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion right. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. Throwing now is Rattler. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now on 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Here's Rattler. Now problems. He loses the football near his own goal line. Here we go. This is 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. They'll run with Robinson. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Robinson. And this time, he's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Koo able to add the extra point. And the Falcons will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Throwing is Rattler. A toss left side caught by his running back. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by DeMarco Helms. And he is going to score a pick 6 for the touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Koo able to add the extra point. And the Falcons are able to extend the lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. This team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. right back to the air following that pick six. His pass taken in by Shaheed. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the 34-yard line.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. This is incomplete, but there is a flag. It is back at the line of scrimmage, and this could be a first down.
Automatic first down.
Back to throw. He'll look deep, left sideline. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Falcons. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Falcons are winners as we say so long from Atlanta.